and we'll always encourage that a maximum participation to all members. And our responsibility today is to adopt the reports as they were tabled in front of this portfolio committee on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, colleagues, with those few remarks, you are all welcomed. And the second item, colleagues, is apologies. And there are a few apologies that have been sent to me and the secretary of the portfolio committee. One, the apology of the portfolio committee chair, and two, the apology of Honorable Malumane, the apology of there's a bereaved at the family of Honorable Komane, and also then the apology of Honorable Graham. But also, all colleagues, it's important that honorable members will also welcome the new member from the portfolio committee, Honorable Graham. So we then, honorable members and colleagues, move to the third item, which is the consideration and the deliberations of the reports. One, the Department of Public Service and Administration, the Public Service Commission, the National School of Governance, the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, and States SA. Then I will request that Mr. Mwepe take us through to the first report, and immediately we'll then adopt that report and move to the next report until the last one. Over to you, Mr. Mwepe.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and Honorable members and colleagues. Just to highlight, Honorable Chair, that today we will be starting with a report. Normally we will start with the DPSA family, but we have realized that the Statistics South Africa should become the first report to be tabled before the committee because of Tuesday debate. So we'll be starting with the Statistics South Africa, followed by DPME. And my colleague, Mr. Biela, will then take members through the DPSA, National School of Government and Public Service Commission. So the first report before the committee, Honorable Chairperson, is a report on the budget for 2014, Statistics South Africa, dated today's date of the 5th of May 2023. Honorable Chair, I will just go through page by page up until the observation. If members have gone through the reports, they will indicate the pages that they've maybe have seen the mistakes, or they will need to they think that maybe we can add something on the report, because it's the report of the committee and it belongs to the members. So page 1, Honorable Chair, if there's any corrections from members, they will indicate. I'll just move a bit slow. And page 2. Page 3. Page 4. And page 5 on the budget allocation. Page 6, just a table illustrating the budget allocation, the program. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. page 10, page 11, page 12, page 13, page 14. That's where then we will go through Chair, bullet by bullet on the observations and the key findings, because that's where the gist of the report is all about. With regard to the observation and key findings, the portfolio committee observed the following matters in relation to the budget reporting of Statistics South Africa. The committee knows the Statistics South Africa annual performance plan for 2023-2024 financial year, and the committee welcomes the annual performance plan as it incorporates the mandate of Statistics South Africa in terms of setting smart targets and indicators. And then 8.2, the historical budget shortfall or resource constraints continue to negatively impact on South Africa's ability to attain its set objectives. And the National Treasury has allocated an additional budget of 44.1 million in the 2022-2023 financial year and 132.3 million over the medium term to address the historical shortfall on compensation of employees. And the department has commenced with the filling of critical position in the 2022-2023 financial year as per the new approved organizational structure. And just to indicate, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, some of the observations and recommendations will remain from the previous budget report because of, like, for an example, this particular observation on the funding on the compensation of employees. So it's an observation over a medium term. So we thought we should not even remove it because we know that they've been allocated this particular amount to fill the vacancies, or they are still saying that the money that has been allocated for compensation of employees is not sufficient enough to assist them in terms of filling all the vacant positions in Stats SA. 8.3, we're saying with an additional allocation on compensation of employee budget, Stats SA has to prioritize balancing its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are promoted to senior management position, and to increase target of 3.5 of people, actually it's not living, people with disabilities. And Stats SA has to commit to a certain percentage of the employment of youth in the department, and the vacancy rate of 20.7 has to be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen its workforce. And 8.4, Stats SA has to develop an attractive retention strategy due to high turnover rate experience in the department. And retention strategy might minimize high turnover rate of critical skills, which might impact on the performance of the department. Then 8.5, the committee knows that Stats SA will continue with its research to assess different funding models for the department due to experienced continuing resource constraints. 8.6, since 2015, Stats SA has never conducted an income and expenditure survey due to the budget shortfall over subsequent financial years. In the 2022-2023 financial year, the committee knows that the National Treasury has provided the Stats SA with an additional budget of 206 million to conduct income and expenditure survey, which will assist the country planning in terms of understanding poverty levels and developing appropriate interventions to alleviate them. Stats SA has commenced with the data collection and scheduled to be completed in November 2023. The committee further notes that Stats SA, together with the Ministry, the Presidency, were finalizing the amendments to the Statistical Act to drive statistical coordination in the country. And the Statistical Amendment Bill will be submitted to Parliament in the 2023-2024 financial year. 8.4, decision-making involving policy and planning has to be guided by reliable data, evidence-based and accuracy of information, and in ensuring geospatial information frames, Stats SA has to impart knowledge and skills to government departments to sufficiently understand and utilize geospatial information for purpose of producing administrative statistics. And with regard to 8.9, the department was confronted with unreliability of state Information Technology Agency, SITA, services, which continues to hamper Stats SA business operations, resulting into the department considering excluding other services from the current SITA contract. The department is considering using other independent service providers to ensure efficient business operations. The committee therefore advised Stats SA to consider a legal framework prior to taking such a decision, which might result in the Auditor General finding undesirable audit outcomes. Then, with regard to 8.10, the committee notes and welcomes the announcement of the main date for the release of Census 2022 results, which is in July 2023. 8.11, the development of integrated indicator framework was welcomed by the committee. An integrated indicator framework is a network of various data system ecosystem, institution, technological resources, human resources, and partnership based on shared principles that are interoperable and interconnected. Interconnected system aims to improve efficiency and accountability and accessibility of government various services. And the system has to be built in a way to minimize threats to cybersecurity. The integrated indicator framework system will also be used to measure some indicators related to the district development model, as mentioned by Statistician General during his response. 8.12, Stats SA will be establishing interconnected statistical systems that facilitate data acquisition, integration, and analysis and visualization. An interconnected statistical system is a network of various data systems, institutions, technological resources, and partnership based on shared principles that are interoperable and interconnected. An interconnected system aims to improve efficiency and accountability and accessibility. The committee therefore supports the establishment of interconnected statistical system for better coordination of various statistics produced in the country. Stats SA 8.13, Stats SA was of the view that official statistics are not effectively used in planning. And Stats SA's statistics releases should remain a guiding tool of all government departments during planning, policy making, and budgeting processes. This is critical in ensuring that policies are meeting initial aims and identifying areas for improvement. 8.14, Stats SA business model emphasized digitalization of its business process by moving away from paper to digital methods during data collection in most recent projects. Then 8.15, digitalization of business processes would assist Stats SA in reducing office accommodation in the province and districts, since the technologies allows hybrid working, especially for professional surveys enumerators. With regard to the recommendations, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members, the Portfolio Committee recommends that Statistics South Africa, through the Minister in the Presidency, gives attention to the following activities. Statistics 9.1, Statistics South Africa should expeditiously finalize a table amendment of the Statistics Act of 1999 to drive statistical reform in the country timely to Parliament. And the amendment of the Act should firmly respond to evolving environment with particular emphasis on statistical coordination, the data revolution, and state-wide statistical services and institutional arrangement. 9.2, Statistics South Africa under the Minister in the Presidency and together with the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation should encourage department to use statistics releases like surveys on living conditions as guiding tools during planning, policy making and budgeting processes. Official statistics should play a major role in the planning and allocation of fiscal resources. 9.3, Statistics South Africa should consider adopting a program aimed at capacitating all government departments and local government on key statistical findings to assist all spheres in planning, policy, and evidence-based decision-making and budgeting. 9.4, vacancy rate of 20.7 has to be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen departmental workforce in order to continue producing quality, reliable, and timely statistics for the nation and international world. 9.5, Stats SA should, through additional allocation on compensation of employee budget, prioritize balancing its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are appointed to senior management positions, including the 3.5 targets of people with disabilities. And 9.6, Stats SA should commit to a certain percentage of youth being employed in the department. 9.7, Stats SA should leverage the use of technology such as computer-assisted personal interviews and computer-assisted telephone interviews in its business model, which has drastically reduced cost of collecting data and timely production of results. And then the 9.8, Stats SA should ensure that integrated indicator framework, which is a network of various data systems, corroborate or support the district development model administered by the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation. With those few, the Honorable Chair, in conclusion, we are just saying that the statistics remain a vital source of evidence as it provides objectives and numeric data on important aspects of the country, including economic growth, job creation, characteristics of population, social living conditions, health, education, and crime, etc. Should continues to play a significant role in producing credible statistics to inform evidence-based planning, monitoring, evaluation, decision-making, and helping academics and private and public sector towards accessing reliable statistics. Moreover, Stats SA remains a key strategic player in the transformative agenda by producing evidence-based, quality, and accurate official statistics for the country. Collection of statistics remains a top priority in ensuring informed current and future planning for the country. Statistical information plays a critical role in the value chain and should enhance planning and evidence-based policy making across a wide range of sectors. The committee welcomed additional budget allocation and compensation of income and expenditure survey post-enumeration. And a well-resourced Statistics South Africa will serve well the needs of the country. I thank you, Honorable Chair and honorable members. This is the first report for Statistics South Africa. Thank you. Hello, Chairperson.
Mekibi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Good morning, honorable members and colleagues. Mr. Ngwepe, I just want us to go to the observations. I think it's 8.9. There is a recommendation there
I just wanted to check. And hey, it's so written so small. I'm struggling.
Okay. Should I increase the?
Yes, Putti, please.
Okay.
Yes, 8.9. The committee states SA to consider a legal framework prior to taking such a decision, which might result. I just wanted to check, Mr. Ngwepe, why is it also covered on the recommendations, or is it only here? If it is only here, why can't we take it to the recommendations?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think the thanks, Honorable Gideon. Yeah, well, in the recommendation is not covered, of which we can just put it under recommendation so that it can flow well.
Yeah.
On that. Yeah.
Honorable members, I think the chairperson of the meeting is experiencing network problems. Can we get an indication of honorable members who would want to raise something on the report? By show of hands, honorable members. I can't see any hand from any member. It therefore means that.
No,
My hand is up, Honorable Kibi.
Come again.
There are 2 hands up, Honorable Kibi.
Okay. Let me give you, honorable member, because I can't see.
Okay.
I'm on load shedding here. Okay, Dade Schreiber and Manduli. Yes, thank you so much, honorable Schreiber. Over
Okay, I must
you.
just thank you, Honorable Kibi. I must just point out that you know, we're running out of chairpersons here, so I think it's important to get the chair on as soon as possible, so that we don't end up taking a decision or something here without a chair, which will risk the validity of that decision. But as far as the DA is concerned, Mr. Biela, please just note that we reserve our position on this report. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable Schreiber, honorable Julie.
Chairperson, firstly, I wanted to second you on the moving that point to the recommendations. Having done that, Chair, can you hear me, Chairperson?
Yes, I can hear you, honorable Julie.
Yes. Having done that, Chair, I wanted to do we endorse them per member or Mr. Ngwepe, can you assist?
Yes, it has to be. Yes, Mr. Ngwepe.
Okay, Honorable Chair, I think immediately after we have inserted the new recommendations as per your guidance, then the chair will then allow members to adopt the seconded as well.
Yes.
Adopt,
Yeah.
Yes, Chair,
Mr.
but I was raising on the adoption of this report.
Okay.
That's why I was a bit reluctant whether as a person or on behalf of the portfolio committee or on behalf of the party. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Julie. In the absence of any corrections or whatever, Honorable Julie is moving for the adoption of this report, honorable members. Honorable North Nachal.
Thank you, Chairperson. I would just like to edit recommendation 9.3 with what is written in, let's say the statistics South Africa should consider adopting a program aimed at capacitating all government departments and local government on key statistical findings, and then focusing on outcome and impact measurement to assist all spheres in planning, policy making, evidence-based decision making, and budgeting.
Sorry, Honorable Not Nahal. On which point are you?
Let me just, sorry, I'm here in front of my computer. 9.3.
Is it under
9.3.
recommendations?
Yes, if they can just go to 9.3.
Okay.
Statistics South Africa should consider adopting a program
Okay.
aimed at capacitating all government departments and local government on key statistical findings, focusing on outcome and impact measurements to assist all spheres in planning, policy making, evidence-based decision making, and budgeting.
Focusing on outcome and impact measurement. Can you?
To assist all spheres in planning, policy making, evidence-based decision making, and budgeting.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
okay. Okay. Before that, Honorable Chair, can I go into the last one here? The one that I was
Yes.
just. Right?
Yes, Mr.
So
Mwebe.
89.4, we are saying now it reads, State SA should, prior using other independent service provider, consider a legal framework prior taking such a decision, which might result in the Auditor General finding undesirable audit outcomes. Hello, Chair.
Hello, Mr. Mwebe.
Based on what we have recommended earlier on, State SA should, prior using other independent service providers,
Okay.
consider a legal framework. Yeah.
Okay. Are the members comfortable? Honorable members?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Thanks, honorable members.
Okay.
Honorable members, Honorable Ntuli moved for the adoption of the report. Can we get a seconder?
Honorable Chair.
Yes, honorable member. Sorry.
Yes, also the EFF would like to accept the report. Thank you.
Okay. So it's okay. Honorable Mutsipe. Honorable Mutsipe. Thank you, honorable members.
Chairperson.
Yes,
I'm
honorable
back.
Magloa. Okay.
My apologies. I just want to ask something again, if whether there will be an explanation. We are mindful of the merger, and there are numerous, statements talking to that. And the latest, which is of concern, is a question from Honorable Kumani to the Minister of Tourism, which responded that there hasn't been discussions on the merger. So all of this, what we are doing, I just want to know if some expert can inform us the effect that it will have on, the concern of the merger, the way forward. So, and we are approving a budget, and I know how members feel about the merger as well. And maybe if we perhaps at some stage just can say that the budget is approved what the particular concerns of the merger or whatever the case may be. That is just my 2 cents input on this whole thing, because I feel like talking against myself. I wouldn't say us. The way we feel about the merger and what is transpiring all the time pertaining to this merger, and on the other end, we are just going on as it is business as usual. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Magloa. Honorable Chair, you are back.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Kibi. I have low shedding and my connectivity is very bad. But I think, Chair, I've heard Honorable Striper indicating the reservations of the DA on this report. But however, the report has been adopted and seconded by Honorable Mutsipe. And thank you very much, Honorable Kibi. We are moving to the next report.
Honorable Chair,
Yes, Honorable Kibi.
may I'm not sure whether does the members or the colleagues have anything to respond to on what has been raised by Honorable Maglua right now.
Yeah, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Mr. Mwepe.
Yeah, actually, the point raised by Mr. Blue, let's defer to the next report that will be projected now, because it's on the report on the DPME, not on the Stats SA.
Yes,
I think,
that
Mr. Mwepe, you're correct. I understand that the issue of measures are at the DPME. I suspect that Honorable Maglua is referring to the measure of the brand SA and also the
Yeah.
tourism.
Yeah, thank you. Then I'm covered, Chair. Thank you, and thank you
Yes.
for the rightful person that respond now instead of someone else.
Thank you so much.
I'm trying to project the DPME here. In the screen. Okay, thanks, Chair.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Mwepe. You can proceed.
Okay. Yeah. Before the portfolio committee, honorable members, is the report on the budget vote 9 of Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, dated 05 May 23. I will just go through the introduction and background is more or less the same. The difference here is just the overview of the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation. Members will highlight if there's anything that they've notified that needs some correction or addition. I'm now on page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Here's the table that illustrates the budget. And then here's a program in terms of what they plan, program performance. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12 talks about the brand South Africa. And page 13. Page 14. Then I'll start with the observations and the key findings. The committee observed the following matters in relation to budget for aid to which the department must give attention to. The committee knows the annual performance plan 2023-2024 for the Department of Monitoring and Evaluation and in South Africa. The department APPs provides a pragmatic framework in pursuit of vision of improving government outcomes and impact in society. And the department's APP places an emphasis on monitoring SONA commitments, among which is to accelerate economic recovery and implement structural economic reform to create sustainable jobs. 9.2, the department has over the past 2 years developed monitoring and evaluation tool for the measurement of the district development model to determine the efficacy of the model with the aim of improving coherence and coordination across the 3 spheres of government. And the department
We can't hear you, Mr. Mwepe. Are you still here? Masi,
Chair,
I
we
think we're
seem to have
missing.
slightly lost.
Mm.
Yes, but his projection is still here, Chair. Let me quickly, Mr. Biela, are you around?
Yes, Mercy. Good morning, honorable members and colleagues. I'm here, Mercy. You may give me the right to share.
Yes, Honorable Nduli.
I do.
Honorable Nduli.
I can't see the projection anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a network problem with Mr. Mwepe, and Mr. Biela will take over.
Mercy, through you, Chair. Hello, Mercy.
Yes, Mr. Biela.
Yes, Chair. I was trying to ask Mercy to give me the right to share the screen so I can continue.
Masi, are you still in the meeting? Okay, we've lost Masi as well. Let me call them offline.
Okay, Chair.
Honorable members and colleagues, Masi has also have a problem of connection, but he's trying to to connect again. So we can we then wait for Mercy just for 1 or 2
I'm
minutes?
back, Chair.
Oh, you are back. Thank you.
If, through you, Chair, if, Mr. Biela and Mr. Ngobe can just indicate. Okay, Damlu,
Yes, Mercy.
how did you want me to assist you?
Oh, I wanted you to give me the rights to share the screen so I can continue.
Okay, you can start. You can continue. I've done that.
Okay, thank you, Mercy.
All right.
Sharp. TPMA. Okay. Is it up now, Mercy?
Not yet, Damlu.
Not yet. Okay. Not yet.
Not yet, Damlu. Do you perhaps would want me, through you, Chairperson, to project it from my side?
Yeah, please try because it's on my icons here, but I'm failing to.
It was DPSA, right?
No, TPME.
TPMA, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mr. Biela,
Yes.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. You can just project up until 9.2 if you haven't. Yeah, I'm sorry, my honorable members, my computer just switched off. It was not the network, it just switched off. It was rebooting, something like that.
Yeah. Mercy, you can take the rights from me then.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you can enlarge Mercy, yeah, and go to, I think it was 9.2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
9.2, yeah.
Can you see it from
No.
your side?
No, I was on 9.3, Mercy, 9.3. Enlarge a bit the document. Okay. Yeah, and with regard to 9.3, honorable members, the department was charged with the responsibility of ensuring alignment of the medium-term strategic framework of the National Development Plan with the departmental strategic and annual performance plans. The department scrutinized the plans on an annual basis prior to submission of the annual performance plans to Parliament. There is a trend observed whereby some government departments continue tabling a change strategic and annual performance plan without consultation with the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation. And all strategic and annual performance plan have to be subjected to scrutiny by the department to ensure alignment. So this particular observation is what the department has raised, that the government department, they table different document in Parliament, including maybe in the legislature, because the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation is charged with such a responsibility to ensure alignment of what gets tabled in Parliament with the medium-term strategic framework and the national development plan, and then before they get before they get tabled in Parliament. So that was the concern that was raised and registered. So that's the observation that the committee made. 9.4, and 9.4, having previously developed the mandate paper budget prioritizing framework, the department continues to experience a disjuncture between planning and budget alignment of government. And the mandate was developed with the aim to establish that, and the department seems not to be guided by the mandate paper when prioritizing on government programs. It goes well with the 9.3. Because the mandate paper should guide government priorities in terms of budgeting. But it seems as if departments, they are not being guided by this particular mandate paper that comes from the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, when together with maybe National Treasury, I would say, when they are allocating a budget for Parliament to consider. So those are the areas that members always think about when we're conducting oversight. So 9.5, the department monitoring and evaluation findings and recommendations on departments are not implemented. There is a need to develop a mechanism to encourage department to consider DPME recommendations as a tool to guide policy and implementation. And then with regard to 9.6, the department is charged with the responsibility to assist the Office of the Presidency in managing the heads of department performance management development system. And the department was concerned about compliance and quality of performance agreements submitted. There is a need to review heads of department PMS policy. 9.7, the committee notes with concern the reluctance of some national departments and metropolitan municipalities to embrace the development model activities. 9.8, move. And the committee welcomes the department development of the policy framework on the integrated planning to improve institutionalization and harmonization of the planning system aimed towards improving results. The committee was of the view that the development of the policy will use the finalization of the integrated planning framework. With regard to Brand SA, the committee knows that Brand SA management and the minister in the presidency will update Okay. Okay, let me.
We are losing you, sir.
Okay, okay, I'm trying to connect with the other network. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Still very bad, sir.
Yes, Mr. Mwepe, your network, I think it's so bad. You are breaking and we can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, you are better now. You can proceed. Again, you can't hear you, Mr. Mwepe.
Chair, can I just, Mr. Biela will be able, through you, Chairperson, to proceed?
Yes, Mr. Biela must take over until there's the slow shedding. It's gone from Mr. Mwepe.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yeah, I can continue, Masi. Where was it? 9.10, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. The committee notes that Brand SA management and the minister and the presidency will update the committee about the developments regarding the possible merger between the institution and Tourism SA. I think that's the concern by Honorable Maklua. It's covered here. Unless he would want to add more to it. Then 9.11, Brand SA's possible merger caused a high vacancy rate. There was a high turnover rate, inability to review organizational structure and low staff morale due to the institution being job insecure. The committee further notes resignation of key employees to greener pastures due to uncertainty concerning job security and the merger. 9.12, Brand SA doubled its efforts with limited resources by rolling out the Play Your program in rural areas as part of promoting its footprint locally. 9.13, Brand SA has to continue to make an impact through marketing, communications, and reputation of the nation brand. Government departments have to be trained in packaging government messages in order to sell the country's brand. Section 10. The portfolio committee Thank you, Marcy. The portfolio committee recommends the following to the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation and Brand SA for implementation. 10.1. The department should implement the policy framework on the integrated planning to improve institutionalization and harmonization in the planning system aimed towards Marcy?
Damlu?
Yes.
Okay, just hold on.
Yeah. In the planning system aimed towards improving results, implementation of the policy framework should assist the department to strengthen areas to be incorporated in the Integrated Development Planning Framework Bill, together with lessons learned in piloting the district development model. 10.2. The department should conduct workshop on the policy framework on the integrated planning to all government departments. I'm not sure whether we should say on the integrated planning with all government departments. I think we should say so. Yeah, thank you, Mas. And then 10.3, the department together with the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs should develop mechanisms to enforce all spheres of government to fully participate in the district development model. The district development model will improve coherence and coordination across the three spheres of government. 10.4, the department should continue to monitor the implementation of the 2019-24 revised MTSF targets and indicators, and other key priorities set forth in the Economic Reconstruction and Recovery Plan in order to feed and incorporate lessons learned into the upcoming 2024-29 MTSF. Full stop, Mercy, you can put a period there. Between MTSF and this, no, the other one, yeah. This will also help with the 2024-29 MTSF addressing challenges experienced during the 2019-24 MTSF. 10.5, the department should ensure that the MTSF monitoring and reporting system tool assists in assessing performance of the departments and is used in compiling reports on the progress made to determine whether government is on track to deliver on the objectives of the NTP. 10.6, the department was urged to align most of its resources towards monitoring government departments in the implementation of the MTSF deliverables of the NTP, and for purpose of assisting performance of individual departments, which will serve as evidence-based information during performance assessment of ministers and heads of department. 10.7. The Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, together with the Department of Public Service and Administration, should devise a strategy to ensure compliance with policy on the heads of department, performance management development system, and improvement with regard to the quality of performance agreements. And we come to Brandes A, 10.8. Brandes A should continue to discharge its mandate to positively influence and enhance the perception of the nation brand by balancing its local and international branding. 10.9, the Ministry of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation should move with speed in its consultations to decide on the outcome of the merger of the Brand SA and Tourism South Africa. Fast-tracking the merger will assist both institutions to stabilize and improve staff morale. However, the reconfiguration process should not result in job losses and weakened mandates.
Sorry, Damlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Mercy, can you edit the ministry in the presidency, because it's no longer falling under DPME, just here. The ministry in the presidency. The first 10.9, go back to 10. The first one should the ministry in the presidency, not the ministry in the planning.
No, yes, that's true.
Okay, so I must say ministries.
No, ministry in the presidency. Or
Okay.
the minister in the president. The minister, you can just say the minister in the presidency.
It's still fine like that, Mercy, Julius, ministry in the
No,
presidency.
Mr. Biel, you must take out the planning, monitoring and evaluation and
Yes.
put it as the ministry in the presidency.
Yes.
Because the Brand SA now is no longer under DPME, but allocated to the minister in the presidency.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Julius, are you back or must I just finish off?
No, I finished off. I've been back a long time ago, just that I didn't want to interrupt and time and again. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
just carry on.
Yeah, through you, Chair. The ministry in the presidency should move with speed in its consultations to decide on the outcome of the merger of the Brand SA and Tourism South Africa. Fast-tracking the merger will assist both institutions to stabilize and improve the staff morale. However, the reconfiguration process should not result in job losses and weakened mandates. 10.10. Brand South Africa should continue to improve its footprint in the provinces to make itself publicized and promote its mandate and programs. 10.11, Brand SA should, with its limited resources, ensure that all provinces are visited and apprised through the Play Your Part program intended to benefit young people. And then we conclude. Yeah, the department's mandate of improving and strengthening government-wide planning, as well as monitoring and evaluating government performance, is satisfactorily carried through. One critical aspect of the department is to monitor the implementation of the medium-term strategic framework to assess government performance. The committee will continue to exercise oversight to ensure that the DPME's focus should mainly be on the monitoring implementation, Can we remove the Mercy? On monitoring the implementation of the DP.
Okay, just guide me again. Which
go down.
Okay.
Where's your cursor now? Your cursor is moving too fast. I think it's line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's line 5, yeah.
Okay. So I must edit.
Yeah, remove that one.
The monitoring.
No. Yeah. Yes. And then of the NDP. To inform a review of the national planning footprint, which was informed by government's program of action and the medium-term strategic framework. The achievement of the NDP requires collaboration, integration, and cooperation across all levels of government, including the private sector. The department has a critical role to play in providing a snapshot of government's performance on an annual basis. The district development model has been piloted in 3 provinces, namely KZN, Limpopo, and the Eastern Cape. Lessons learned have to be used to improve the model and roll it out in other 44 district municipalities in the country. And then we say the portfolio committee recommends the adoption of the report by the House. Thank you, Chair. If there's nothing to add, then we can move to another.
Chairperson Mantul.
I will then request hands as that wants to comment on the report or edit the report, honorable members. Yes, Mentuli.
Chair, on GPME, under observations, can I add 2 points on that one?
Yes.
One, yes, under DPME, under observations. Just adding purely. Yes, Chairperson. To say the committee noted that the Auditor General has identified various planning weaknesses, such as poor performance indicators in local government and in the provincial and national government, which results in an inability to monitor the actual performance of programs and their impact. Can I
okay, Chair, through you.
Can I read it, then send it to you, Mas?
Yes, please, Honorable Duli. And God, can also, Mr. Biela, Mr. Ngwabe, can you just capture it from your side?
Okay.
Can you request Mam Tuli to repeat it? so that at least, and you can type it, Mas, it's easy. Just move with the typing.
The committee noted that the Auditor General has identified
Yes.
various planning weaknesses, comma,
And then, yes,
No, planning weaknesses, weaknesses.
weak,
There's no
weak-
comma before the witnesses, weaknesses.
weakness is not weak.
Yeah, weaknesses, yes.
Weaknesses, yeah. Weaknesses, Mas.
then comma, weak, not weakness, weakness.
Weak, yeah.
Yes.
Comma,
Mhm.
Masi.
Such as poor performance indicators in local government
Performance indicators in local government.
and in the provincial and national government. Which results in an inability
And
to,
inability.
yes, to monitor
In and Masi.
in an
In an Masi.
then inability to
In
monitor
an and
yes,
then inability.
in an
Yeah. Hey. Sorry, Masi. In an is separate from inability. An is separate from inability. In an and then inability. Inability.
yes.
Can we
inability.
fix that one later on, Honorable Chair, through you?
Okay.
Honorable, just continue.
To monitor the actual performance of programs and their impact. Another additional. Chair.
Okay, just hold, Mam Mas.
I think,
Okay.
Mr. Ngwepe, I think the
uh,
actual performance of programs and their impact.
Program performance, the actual
Performance of programs.
Actual
the
performance
actual performance of programs.
and their impact. Yes.
Okay.
And their
And then
impact.
full stop.
Yes. Full stop. Another addition.
Okay, just before that, Mam Tuli, Masi, can you correct? Just go to ability and just put ing, ability, inability, in and inability. The way, yeah, there before a.
You say I must say I.
In, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's how, yes, yeah, that's fine, Mas.
Yeah, sure.
And inability. Okay, okay.
Mm. And then you remove a comma and then put a full stop at the end of the same sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Full stop or comma?
Full stop, Mas. Yeah, full stop.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
Another addition is The committee noted that the performance indicators of the department
The committee noted that the, can you just repeat for me again, Honorable
committee
Nduli?
noted that performance indicators of the department are largely having reports as indicators.
Okay.
Of whether the department has performed on a particular, of whether the department has performed on a particular area or not, comma, or not, comma. But the challenge is that such indicators do not reflect the actual outcomes of the work the department undertakes.
Such indicators do not
reflect.
But the challenge is that such indicators do not reflect the actual outcomes of the work the department undertakes.
Of the work.
of the work, the department.
Undertakes. Your indicators
Full
must
stop.
see. Yeah, indicators. Yeah.
Full stop. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chair.
Yes, just because Honorable Nduli have added 2 observations, can I then add 2 recommendations that will then speaks to the 2 observations?
Okay, Chair, you can proceed.
So as a recommendation, I think the department then should develop outcomes-based indicators to assess
Outcomes-based.
Yes, the department should then develop an outcome-based indicators to assess the impact of its recommendations.
To assess, Mercy, not to access.
To assess the impact of its recommendations and policy interventions where applicable. Where applicable.
Where
applicable. And for example, to ensure 90% of reported matters.
And for example, ensure.
Yes, be ensure.
For an example 2.
Yeah, be ensure 90% of the reported matters are resolved.
Okay, just hold on, Honorable Chair.
of reported matters are resolved by responsible departments or processed by the DPME to reflect the level of performance and then the last point in the recommendations that will speak to the last.
Chair, sorry to interrupt you. Chair, is it possible maybe to, because the paragraph is long, is it possible maybe to put the comma where applicable?
Yeah, I think
After-
they will do it. Yeah,
Yes.
where applicable. I think
Yes,
that's fine.
then yeah, it's long.
And then the last point, which is the shortest, it was also the observation and the recommendation must be able to, there must be a linkage. The department should develop a mechanism to help the state institutions. Should develop a mechanism to help the state institutions.
A mechanism.
To help the state institutions.
Oh, that's eight. Okay, Honorable Chair.
To develop performance indicators which measure outcomes.
Develop, just again, Honorable Chair, to develop
Performance indicators which measure outcomes, which measure or to measure outcomes, that's fine, and impact of programs, and full stop. At least these two, they speaks to what Honorable Nduli have spoken about. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And then,
You can correct Masi, 10.9 should develop.
yeah, to develop, not to development.
That one should develop. Okay.
Not
Before performance.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I think, yes, that one.
yes.
No. Thanks, honorable members. If there's nothing,
Honorable Chair.
because I don't see hands. Okay, Honorable Magua, Takondwe.
Me too, Kibi.
Okay, and Honorable Kibi with the last one.
Chair, my hand is up. It's Honorable Gondwe.
That Honorable Maglua, Dr. Gondwe, and then Honorable Kibi.
Thank you, Chair. I first want to put my case before I want to make this proposal. 9.13 speaks to that Brand South Africa continue to make impact through marketing communications. No, my apologies. It's not that one. I think it's 12. Just a second for me. No, it's 9.10. 9.10 says, the committee notes that Brand South Africa management and the minister in the presidency will update the committee about the developments regarding the possible merger between the institution and Tourism South Africa. Now, my motivation for the proposal that I want to make, we know this is a dream for this committee. It actually never happened for the last year. But if we go to the recommendations on 10.8, 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, and 10.11. Now, first, I like the recommendation of 10.8. I'm not too sure. I don't want to read it. It is on the screen. It speaks to that Brand South Africa should continue to discharge its mandate. But if you look at 10.10 and 10.11, that's actually a duplicate. It's actually a duplicate when you look at that. So I would suggest that we delete the 10.10 and 10.11. Furthermore, also delete 10.9 and replace it with the following point, that the committee consider to summons, no, perhaps not summons, consider to invite, because just now they don't come, invite the relevant ministers to the committee to come and deal with this merger, because we are actually left toothless. There's no way that these ministers don't come forward with these answers about the merger. So that's my suggestion, Chair. Like I've said, I would like to repeat it again. 10.8, 10.10, and 10.11 is one thing. It says the same thing. So we give that mandate. We are here, we can't help it. So you go on to start your mandate. But as a next recommendation, deleting 10.9, rather say that we as a committee will then invite the relevant ministers at the appropriate time to come in and address the committee on the status quo of this merger. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Okay, Honorable Gondwe.
Chair, I just wanted to indicate that we reserve our position as the DA in terms of the adoption of the report. Thank you.
Honorable Kibi.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I just wanted us to go to the additions that you have made on the recommendations, Honorable Chair, and check the first recommendation.
Go up, Mercy, not down. Down, go down here. Those two, sure. You've passed them.
I think
Mercy.
it's 10.8 and 10.9.
Okay. I just want Mercy or Mr. Mwepe just to go through it so that we can check. I don't know, something is a little bit making me uncomfortable. The department should develop outcomes-based indicators to assess the impact of its recommendations and policy interventions where applicable. And for an example, ensure that is a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know what is the right word, but
I think they must take B to ensure.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Chair.
Okay.
Are you fine, Honorable Kibi?
Yes, I'm fine, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much. Can I then, honorable members,
Chair, sorry.
because I have heard Honorable Gondwe indicating that there's reservations from the DA. So can I take hands to adopt this report and also the seconder so that we move to the next Lantika report?
Chairperson, before we move, Chair, before we move, I've made a proposal on the issue of us inviting the ministers. If the members is fine with it, we can include it. If the member is not, we don't have to include it. But I don't think it's right for making a statement or input in this meeting and it is just been ignored like that. It's not right.
Oh, sorry, Honorable Maglua, I understand that at the recommendations, there is a point that speaks to the agency of consultation by the department that I think, in my view, it also cover what we have said in terms of inviting, because I understand even in the meeting of yesterday, we have agreed that as a portfolio committee that the ministry in the presidency must come back and present to the portfolio committee in terms of the status of the merger of Brand SA and tourism. So my understanding of what has been written at the end there, can you go down, Masi or Mr. Mwepe? There's a point that I think, in my view, it also cover what we have just said.
Chair, I also think Mr. Ngobo wanted to assist in terms of responding to what Honorable Maklo was saying.
Okay, that's fine. And then I will give, after you, I will give Honorable Ntuli.
Okay, yeah, no, thanks, Chair. Actually, what Honorable Maklo is raising is on the observation, but his point in terms of inviting the minister is not reflected on the recommendation, Honorable Chair. Yeah, so I would suggest that maybe we can insert just another recommendations that says the views of Honorable Maklo, but it's covered on the under the observation. So, but we can still make it as a recommendation that the minister, both ministers should be invited to come brief the committee on the developments around the measure of Brand SA in South Africa.
No, that's fine. Can you then put it there after the full stop of 10.10? Is it fine?
Or Chair, through you, Chair, or it can go on 10:11. We can insert it somewhere there on 10:11 after the first sentence.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then we can include it, yeah, to you, sir.
Yeah, included before fast tracking. Yeah, then you can
just give it to me.
Okay. The both just say the minister in the presidency and the minister of tourism should be invited. And the minister in the minister of tourism should be invited.
Chairperson, through you. Chair, through you, before Mr. Ngwepe finishes.
Okay.
Chair.
Honorable Ntuli.
No, Chairperson, before Mr. Ngwepe finishes, I think you had already covered the matter. For me, it's unnecessary to add that we should invite we should invite both ministers. But because you mentioned the urgent attention that needs to be brought into that matter, and also that the minister in the presidency should come and present, that was covering, because we can't predict. We can't now invite two ministers predicting as to what the minister will come and present. Chairperson, in fact, you had covered it when you were adding were you adding to 10.11 or 10.10? Yeah. For me, it's unnecessary to add the invitation of 2 ministers, because the agency that is that the report talked about also included the minister to come and present. So for us, we can't preempt what is the minister going to present. Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, I agree with Honorable Ntuli. I withdraw what I said, but can we attach a time frame that the minister must come? Because that can be a year, 2 years. My problem is no one is forthcoming to give us as a committee for our oversight the clarity on that issue. Honorable Ntuli is right. I agree. I withdraw what I said, but then we can then put and attach a time frame to when the minister and the presidency come, because it's almost now the 3rd minister in the present presidency since we have this issue, and no one came forward to this issue. Thank you, Chair.
Can I then assist the committee, honorable members? Can we then agree as a committee today that a letter inviting, instead of writing here in this report, that we're going to invite the minister and the president and the minister of tourism, can we agree, honorable members, that a letter from this portfolio committee must then go to these 2 ministries and invite them to appear before the portfolio committee as a matter of agency, instead of writing in the report of parliament, the minister, the president, and the minister of tourism should be invited. I think, according to me, those observations and recommendations speaks to what we've discussed in the previous meetings of the portfolio committee. But inviting them, it can be, we can just agree here that a letter must be written on our behalf by the chair of the portfolio committee and invite the 2 ministries to appear before the portfolio committee. Honorable Maneli, I see your hand. Oh, just I see also the hand of Dr. Gondwe, then Honorable Maneli.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mgweba. I agree with you. That is a good suggestion, but can we just have an undertaking from your side as the acting chairperson? When exactly will this letter go out? Because as Honorable Magluva pointed out, this matter is really dragging out, and we've never really received a finite report around, the merger and its progression. So if we could just get an indication from yourself so that it's minuted on when that letter will go out as the acting chairperson, I think you can take a decision on that. And then if needs be so, it be communicated to the chairperson.
No, thank you. And Honorable Manel.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, I'm in agreement with your proposal, Chair. I think it's something that we should have long done as this portfolio committee. In addition, Chair, I will then suggest that in our next PC, we must then invite both ministers to come and make presentations around the issues of the measure, because I believe that we as the portfolio committee were dragging this matter unnecessarily as well by not inviting them to come and make presentations to us. So, Chair, in agreement with you, let's invite them in the next PC meeting. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I must say the letter must be out today, or if not Monday, to the 2 ministries. And can this 10.11 remain as it is, honorable members? And then I will request a hand that will then adopt this report and the second.
Chairman,
Chairperson, can I move for adoption of the report?
Thank you, Honorable Maneli. And any seconder?
I second, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ntuli. And the next
Chairperson, just
report-
note that the DA reserve their rights.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Maglua. Thank you.
Okay, Chair. Mr. Ngwabe, can you proceed it from your side, please? The last report, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Mr. Biela, sorry, honorable members, just to be taking from one, because initially I've indicated that Mr. Biela, but I can project if Mr. Biela can project.
Yeah, you can project.
Okay.
Which one are you going to start with, Julius?
I'm gonna go with the DPSA.
The revised one, eh?
The revised one, yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Showing like this. Okay.
I don't think it's the correct one, Julius.
Is it not the correct one?
We see a research paper from research unit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it that now it's projected?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
And just increase the font.
I'm gonna do that now.
I thought you were going to zoom out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now, but I don't know so long with you. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, again, good day, honorable members and colleagues. You are on vote 11. We're gonna go page by page just in case there is something to raise, and then we will dwell much on section 10 and 11. Page 1. Two. Page 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, there you go. Yeah, section 10. Honorable members, the portfolio committee identified the following matters in relation to budget vote 11, to which the department must respond accordingly. We start with the department itself. The committee notes and welcomes the annual performance plans 23-24 of the department and the Center for Public Service Innovation. The annual performance plans reaffirm the department's mandate to implement and coordinate interventions aimed at achieving professional, ethical, and development-oriented public service capable to deliver, let me see, on the objectives of the National Development Plan 2030, with the center facilitating and replicating new innovations to improve service delivery. 10.2, the committee notes that the department will soon table the Public Service Amendment Bill in Parliament, which among others seeks to transfer powers of the human resource management from the executive authority to the accounting officers and give effect to the establishment of the head of the national administration and head of public service. The committee acknowledged the progress made thus far and looking forward to speeding up the finalization of the amendments to the Public Service Act. 10.3, the committee notes the planned tabling of the Public Administration Management Amendment Bill in Parliament. The committee will fast-track the process of amending the bill before the end of the 2023-24 financial year. 10.4, the committee welcomes developments regarding key deliverables in amending the public service regulations and all associated directives and circulars to reduce red tape experienced by government departments. Furthermore, the committee welcomes the mooted devolution of operational matters from the executive authority to the heads of department to promote administrative efficiency and to improve the political administrative interface in the current legislative amendments. 5, the committee notes that the proposed long-term contract can remove of the accounting officers as proposed in the framework would still be subjected to cabinet consultation and to seek approval prior to implementation. Therefore, the Public Service Amendment Bill would not include the long-term contract of accounting officers from a 5-year to a 10-year period. 10.6. The committee acknowledged that across the public service, there is a lack of standardization and that public service regulations are not complied with. 10.7. The committee notes that the department has workshopped government departments on the guidelines for lifestyle audits in the public service. Since the announcement of the lifestyle audits by the president in 2019, there is a continuous progress regarding the departments conducting lifestyle audits. 10.8. The committee welcomes and notes the signed wage deal between the government and organized labor for 23-24 financial year in the public service. The committee commends all stakeholders for reaching an agreement to ensure smooth government services throughout the financial year. Those stakeholders who may still be outside of this agreement are urged to find an amicable solution to the impasse. 10.9. Increasing the employment of people with disabilities targets was welcomed across the public sector or public service from 2% to 3.5 in the 23-24 financial year. The department, working with the relevant departments of women, youth, and people with disabilities, has to collaborate in putting measures in place to ensure that departments attain set targets in appointing people with disabilities. 10.10. The department continues to lead in digital transformation in the public service. Business operations model has to be geared towards modernization of its business by developing new digital innovations to transform administration of government services from paper to digital format. 10.11. Departments are sitting with a huge caseload of disciplinary matters whilst government loses millions of rand on suspended employees getting paid whilst at home. 10.12, the department will be conducting a research study on the state of public service delivery. The committee welcomes the research study, which aims at comparing other countries which have digitized their e-services to be responsive to the needs of the citizens. And then we come to the CPSI. The committee notes challenges the center is confronted with regarding the capacity constraints in the institution, as well as insufficient budget to drive innovation in the public service. The CPSI needs to be well capacitated in order to fully drive an agenda of innovation and replication in the public service. Recommendations. If there is nothing to observe further from the members or to correct, we can take it at the end of the whole thing. We come to section 11. The portfolio committee recommends that the Department of Public Service and Administration undertake the following activities. The department should swiftly finalize regulations of the Public Administration Management Act of 2014 in order to give effect to comprehensive implementation of the Act. The department should therefore report on these activities at the latest by October 2023. The members will note that we had said by March in the previous budget vote report, but since it's still lagging, so we decided to shift it to October 2023, because it's still outstanding. 11.2, enforce the implementation of the public service regulations across the public service to ensure uniformity and standardization of government administrative business process. The department should strengthen its monitoring capacity to monitor and enforce laws relating to sound administration and governance in order to make government responsive. 3, the department should review guidelines for the lifestyle audits in order to prevent corruption and illegal acquisition of property by the public servants. Lifestyle audits should be benchmarked against international standards in order to effectively address corruption. The guideline for lifestyle audits should be tailored around analyzing officials' mismatch between living standards and sources of income. I think we can add on officials, we can put an apostrophe there. Yeah, to make it a possessive, the comma up, yeah. Yes, yeah. And then we can go to the next one. Sure. The department should reconsider and strategize on various mechanisms to deal with precautionary suspension and sanctions in the public service with the aim of preventing long-drawn disciplinary cases. One of these mechanisms is to transfer all officials charged with disciplinary management to the department to centralize the process and deal with it timely and effectively. This issue can be addressed during the legislative reform process. 11.5. The department has to continue monitoring and issuing directives to government departments to encourage reduction of vacancy rate in their respective departments in both national and provincial spheres. The committee compliments the department for conducting PESAL audit and issuing a circular to departments to remove unfunded vacancies on the system. 11.6. The department should move with speed towards the development and implementation of the psychometric integrity testing tool in the public service as per the approved framework for the professionalization of the public sector. The psychometric integrity testing tool should be used constantly to assess the fitness of the new and old public servants. The committee was of the view that the psychometric integrity testing tool should not only be used during the recruitment process, but be constantly utilized as a tool to assess fitness of the public servants during upward mobility process. The PSC should be involved in this process as the new legislative reforms enjoin it to conduct integrity assessments during recruitment of public servants. In line with the framework, that's 11.7, in line with the framework on professionalization of the public sector, the department should consider conducting mandatory skills audit for all public servants after a specific period. Skills audit will assist government in assessing an employee's capabilities in relation to the overall responsibilities in their respective job category. The main aim has to be identifying the skills gap, addressing training needs, and creating customized learning and development. We come to the CPSI 11.8. The center has to improve and strengthen stakeholder management to ensure that discovered innovative solutions get replicated and utilized once handed over to the relevant government departments. 11.9. The center is to play a role in assisting the Department of Public Service and Administration by developing innovative solutions to digitize most of the administrative business processes by moving away from manual application forms to paperless application, especially with regard to human resource business operations. 11.10, the center should be well-resourced and capacitated in order to play a meaningful role in assisting government departments and discovering new innovative solutions to enhance service delivery. Then we conclude. The Department of Public Service and Administration and its entities play a crucial role in building a state that is capable of realizing developmental and transformative agenda. Professionalizing the public service remains an integral part of the department through reskilling and retraining of public servants. The NDP highlights the key areas that the department must focus on, such as stabilizing the political administrative interface and making the public service a career of choice. The DPSA as annual performance plan is aligned towards achieving the goals and aspirations of the NDP. The Portfolio Committee notes the progress made in implementing and coordinating interventions aimed at achieving an efficient, effective, and development-oriented public service. The CPSI also plays a crucial role as a catalyst for radical transformations through developing innovation solutions to the public sector challenges. And then we recommend that the House adopt and approve. Yeah, vote 11. Thank you, Chairperson and honorable members.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biela. Honorable members, this is the report, budget vote 11 of the DPSA. Can I take then hands that wish to comment or edit to this report? If not, I will then take, okay. There's a hand of Honorable Gondwe, there's a hand of Honorable Kibi. Honorable Gondwe.
Thank you, Honorable Mgweba. I just have one amendment, and I stand to be corrected. Maybe Julius and Damlu can come in. I understood the minister to be saying that the PAMA amendment bill and the PSA amendment bill had already been tabled in Parliament, not that they were going to be tabled. Julius, am I correct?
Can you repeat your question, Honorable Gondwe?
Yes, in the observations of the report, it says that those, it gives the impression that the bills are yet to be tabled in Parliament. But I understood the minister.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, I understood the minister to have said the bills are already tabled in Parliament. And I took it that they are probably, with the tagging committee, and would soon find their way to the committee.
Do you want to respond, Mr. Mwebe, because I've got the response to the question?
Yeah, no, yeah. Actually, yes, the both bills are before Parliament, and that's what even the minister she has said during the Portfolio Committee meeting. So the bills are before us. That's why if you look at the recommendations, there's no any recommendations with regard to both bills, because they are now with Parliament, although they are not yet tabled or directed to the Portfolio Committee to start the processing. So, but they are with Parliament. The only thing I think on the observations, we have noted that will soon be tabled the public administration. Okay, yeah. So which a month, it was just to note, but they are with Parliament.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Mwepe.
So through you, Chair, I think we can just change them immediately.
Yeah.
The committee knows that the department has tabled. Yeah.
Correct, Mr. Biela.
Has tabled.
Yes.
Don't remove that. Just say after will. Just remove will. Yeah. Has tabled.
Yes. Okay.
Tabled. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. And then to the other one.
10.3 as well. Yes.
10.3.
No.
That the department has tabled. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, honorable members. Yeah.
Chair. Chairperson, Honorable Mgweba.
Yes, Dr. Kond.
Yes, Ma, I was just going to say that please know that we also reserve our position in terms of the adoption of this report. Thank you so much.
Honorable Kibi, thank you. Honorable Kibi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I move for the adoption of this report, Honorable Chair, with all the corrections that have been made. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kibi. Any seconder?
Honorable Tuli, seconds, Chairperson.
The report is duly adopted with the reservations of the DA. Thank you. The next report.
Okay. So the next report on the program, Honorable Chair.
Are we still on, Julius?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Just that my documents is full of so many things here. I'm trying to get it. Yeah.
You can just start with anyone between the NSG and the PSC. Anyone you can come to first with.
Okay, I've opened it, but I don't see it on when I'm protecting. Okay. Okay. Correct one. Share. Okay. The Public Service Commission, Mr. Biel.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Honorable members, again, we come to the PSC now. Page 1. Page 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13, sorry. 14. There you go. Section 5. The Portfolio Committee identified the following matters in relation to the budget vote 12. The committee notes and welcomes the annual performance plan 23-24 of the Public Service Commission. The strategic plan, maybe we can say for the 2023, so that it reads well. For the 2023-24, after APP, yeah, for the, because there is financial year, then we have to say for the, yeah. The strategic plan covers most of the functions of the commission as encapsulated in section 196 of the Constitution. The committee further notes the new performance indicators across the three main programs of the PSC strategic focus, mainly contributing towards building a professionalization of the public service that responds timely, efficiently, and effectively to the needs of the citizens. And then we can go to 5.2. The committee notes the PSC's work in finalizing the legislative reforms project to be introduced to Parliament in the 2023-24 financial year. Something is missing there in the 2023 and then financial year. The bill will allow the Commission to be supported by a secretariat that is dependent of government in order to strengthen its independence. Currently, the Director General of the PSC is appointed through Section 12 of the Public Service Act 1994, thus making him or her part of the employees under the public service. Appointment of the PSC Director General through the Public Service Act and participation in the foresight structure compromise the independence of the Commission. The committee further notes the existing vacancies of the commissioners. I had revised that one, Julius, to say to remove the one at national and only be left with the Mpumalanga and yeah, in Mpumalanga and Northwest provinces. Yeah. The committee was wary of Section 32A of the Public Service Commission Amendment Act of 97, which stipulates that such posts have to be filled within a 60-day period of becoming vacant. The PSC 5.4, the PSC capacity in the provincial offices needs to be reinforced as each province is allocated staff complement of 10 employees to cover the work of provincial departments. Provincial departments are responsible for the implementation of the government policies and programs, and it is where service delivery suffers. Therefore, 10 staff members per provincial PSC is not sufficient to investigate. Are not sufficient. In fact, 10 staff members are not sufficient to investigate, monitor, and evaluate the provincial governments. Yeah. Thanks. And then 5.5, the committee compliments the PSC for enhancing its visibility in the country through media platforms and particularly in monitoring government facilities. The PSC was urged to be more visible on the ground in assisting citizens to receive government services, social media. Oh, sorry, I had corrected that one as well to say it must end with to receive government services. And then social media is another, yeah. Platforms have to be considered as a way of communicating PSC work to popularize and create platforms for discussions about the public discourse. Yeah. The PSC, together with the committee, has to devise a strategy to ensure that specific recommendations emanating from the Commission's reports are tabled in the National Assembly. Let's remove House. Yeah, for debating and processing. Tabling of the reports in the National Assembly will assist the PSC in the implementation of the recommendations and follow through. Portfolio committees concerned can also get an opportunity to acquaint themselves with these recommendations so that it is not the sole responsibility of the committee to interrogate, monitor, and follow up on these recommendations. Yeah, the committee 5.7, the committee welcomes developments concerning the PSC's constant monitoring competency levels of human resource management practitioners and managers on decisions they make during recruitments of personnel. The monitoring of all role players in the recruitment system will ensure that competent and skilled personnel are appointed based on merit. You can say on merit, yeah. Sure. Yeah. The committee further welcomes the PSC's, what is this now? The committee welcomes PSC envisaging to monitor the PSC, yeah. Welcomes the PSC. Before PSC, say D.
Oh,
I had corrected this. It's only that I can't project. I had corrected these mistakes.
Okay.
The PSC envisaging.
Mm-hmm. The PSC
can receive the. You can just remove the possessive of PSC and just make it PSC. Yeah. Envisaging to monitor the implementation of the national framework on the public service, on the professionalization of the public sector. Yeah, thanks. Then we come to section 6. The Portfolio Committee recommends that the Public Service Commission undertake the following activities. Since we say, I'm subject to correction here. Have they tabled, Julius? I think they have not yet.
No, this one is,
yeah, so it's fine like this, yeah. The PSC should speed up the finalization of the legislative reforms project, which seeks to allow the implementation, the institution to be supported by the Secretariat, independent of government, in order to strengthen the Commission, especially when the Commission acquired back the status of a fully fledged budget vote. The bill should be tabled in Parliament between the second and the third quarter of 23-24 of the 2023-24 financial year, in order to allow parliamentary processes to unfold. 6.2, the PSC should consult with the premiers and speakers of the provincial legislatures on a continuous basis I had corrected that as well, on a continuous basis to discuss the work of the PSC, which includes fast tracking of appointments of commissioners within a required time frame as per Section 32A of the Public Service Commission Act of 1997. 6.3, the PSC should review its organizational structure with the intention to strengthen capacity in the provincial offices in order to cover a wide spectrum of provincial departments, as well as making an impact on the citizens in the provinces. Yeah, for the committee, having received the PSC's tabled reports in Parliament and referred to the committee for processing, the committee must develop summarized reports for the tabling and debate in the National Assembly, can remove House as a way of presenting the findings and recommendations of the PSC's work. Debated reports will assist in entrenching a culture of accountability by the executive authority. And then we conclude on section 7. The independence of the Public Service Commission will reaffirm its powers and enable it to perform its functions without fear, favor, or prejudice in the interest of the maintenance of effective and efficient public administration. Therefore, the committee supports the recommendation of PSC budget allocation to be part of Parliament budget in order to restore its independence. As much as the Commission accounts to the Portfolio Committee, can we correct that? As much as the Commission accounts to the Portfolio Committee on the public service accounts, yeah, to the Portfolio Committee on Public Service and Administration, the PSC conducts investigation, monitoring, and evaluation in a wide spectrum in various government departments, and there are reports that necessarily do not fall within the mandate of the committee. Therefore, if tabled reports can be debated in the National Assembly and legislatures, this will assist with the implementation of the recommendations by various government departments. Yeah. Thank you, honorable members, through you, Chair and colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Biela. I'm taking hands, honorable members, the PSC report, which is budget vote 12. I see the hand of Dr. Gondwe and Ndoli.
Honorable Mugweba, can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, thank you. Chair, this is regarding the PSC amendment bill. I'm a bit worried that currently as matters stand, with regards to the bill being tabled in Parliament, it is a bit out of the hands of the PSC. Because I stand to be corrected, and maybe Julius and Tamlu can come in here. But when I asked about the bill, I got the impression that it was presented before Cabinet, or it was in the process of being presented before Cabinet. So through you, Chair, is it possible for us to request the Minister of Public Service and Administration to assist the PSC in ensuring that the bill is tabled in Parliament as soon as possible? Because I was honestly expecting that it would be tabled together with the PAMA amendment bill and the PSA amendment bill. And so I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't tabled with the other two bills, because it's just as crucial, even more crucial, because it will definitely firm up the repositioning of the Public Service Commission. So through you, Chair, I think the PSC needs help in terms of ensuring that that bill is tabled in Parliament. Thank you very much. Chair?
Yes.
Yes. Have you heard me, Chair? Yes.
Yes, now I will give either Mr. Ngwepe or Biela to respond to your question.
Thank you,
But
Chair.
you have not, Lantika, indicated any issues in the report, Honorable Gondo. I think we are fine. Honorable Mr. Ngwepe.
Yeah, thanks, Chair. I think the same goes to the same approach of Brand SA. I think what the committee can do through you, Chair, we can sort of write two letters, the one for Minister in the Presidency and the one for Minister in the DPSA, requesting her intervention with regards to the Public Service Commission Amendment Bill. I think we can do that. I think both letters will then be signed by you, Chair, and then we'll be send them to both ministers, because on the recommendation is clear that at least they should be the bill should be tabled within second or third quarter of this financial year, so that then we can be able to process it before the term of this sixth administration. Thanks, Chair.
No, thank you, Mr. Mwepe. And Honorable Kibi.
Nduli.
I'm fine, Honorable Chair.
Sorry, Honorable Nduli, then Honorable Kibi.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chair, firstly, I wanted to comment upon the bills matter. To say, I don't know, Chair. We are now we are now in May, and apparently by this time next year we will be no longer hence we are approaching, we are going for elections. We will be no longer in Parliament. But not just one bill, or all the bills, to say, I wonder if we haven't missed the boat in terms of these bills. Maybe better the one that is already in Parliament, but it's a long process, though. Having said that, Chair, I wanted to move to PSC report to say, Chairperson, can I add one recommendation to Public Service Commission? Yes, the recommendation will read as follows. Develop a position paper on performance management.
Develop
a position paper on
Okay.
performance management, focusing on the measurement of outcomes and impact to ascertain the quality of expenditure. The PSC should develop a position paper on performance management focusing on the measurement of outcomes and impact. Yes. Yeah, full stop.
Okay.
That's all that I wanted to Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nduli. I've still seen the hand of Dr. Gondwe. Or is it an old hand?
No, Chair, I was waiting. I was going to say you did not give direction around the writing of the letter with regards to the PSC bill, because I feel whether, elections are around the corner or not, let the bills be tabled in Parliament. And if we don't finish processing them, the next committee can take over, Chair. But the bills are very important, Chair. And I wanted your direction around Mr. Ngwepe's suggestion that a letter be written to the minister.
No,
around the
definitely. I think it's a decision of the committee that the
Thank you very
letter
much, Honorable
will
Ngweba.
return to the DPSA, and then they must then, come and respond before the portfolio committee.
Through you, Chair.
Yeah, Honorable Ngweba.
Through you, Chairperson, to Julius. 6.4, develop a position paper.
Develop a.
Yeah, it
that's
must
what,
be.
Thank
you, Mr. Bilen.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm taking hands
With that
move.
one, Chairperson, sorry.
Okay, I was taking hands to move for the adoption of this report of the PSC.
Yes, Chair, I wanted to say with that recommendation, if there's no other hand, I'll move for the adoption of this report of the PSC. Thank you.
Any seconder to that?
Kivi.
Yes,
Kivi.
Honorable Kivi.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I second the proposal by Honorable Ntuli. Chair, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The report.
Note that the DA reserve its rights.
Okay. No, the reservations from the DA, it's noted. Thank you. The next report, I think is the last one, Mr. Ngwepe Masi.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
correct. It's the last one.
The last report. Thank you.
Yeah, we now take the NSG. Through Chairperson. Again, good day, honorable members. We are on vote 7 now. Page 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. There you go. Section 8. The Portfolio Committee identified the following matters in relation to budget vote 7. The committee notes and welcomes the annual performance plan for the 2023-24 financial year of the National School of Government. The annual performance plan contextualizes the work of the NSG, which aims to strengthen the state capacity and building a professional, capable, ethical, and a developmental state through education, training, and development. The NSG played a pivotal role in the development of the approved national framework on the professionalization of the public sector. The committee was of the view that the professionalization framework has to expand the revenue stream of the NSG with the induction program for board members, introduction of the Nukela program for pre-entry to senior management and local government employees. 8.3, the committee notes a high rate on the Nukela program uptake from both public servants and the private sector employees since it was introduced as a mandatory training program for all senior management. 8.4, the committee welcomes the Nukela program for middle management services to take the same format like the Nukela program for senior management service, dictating that no employee will get promoted to middle management without producing first the attendance qualification in the Nukela program. 8.5, the committee has emphasized the importance of conducting an impact evaluation on the outcomes of the training courses more than the uptake numbers. 8.6, the committee notes that training courses and program offerings have been tailored around a new hybrid model in order to attract more public servants in all corners of the country. 8.7, the school notes that the committee notes, sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Yeah, the committee notes that the school is repositioning itself and developing a new strategy for the funding model to be self-sustainable. The committee notes 8.8 notes the developments relating to skills assessment reports on specific departments with the aim of identifying training needs to ameliorate performance. We come to section 9. The portfolio committee recommends that the National School of Government undertake the following. The school should develop a fully fledged funding model to maintain the self-generated income, you can remove the through the trading account. The NSG should develop a repositioning strategy to align its mandate with the framework on professionalizing the public sector with the aim of expanding its services to most of the sectors in government. 9.2, the NSG should move with speed towards the development of the implementation plan of the framework on the professionalization of the public sector. The NSG, together with the Department of Public Service and Administration and the Public Service Commission, should ensure that all government departments and entities abide by the framework. There must be a monitoring tool to measure the implementation of the framework. Members will note that everyone among these three entities or departments, they all have a role to play in measuring or assessing how the framework is going about in the public sector. 9.3, the NSG should continue to conduct an impact evaluation of its training programs to measure the efficiency and application of knowledge with the aim of improving performance. I think we should say an impact evaluation, as I have indicated, the first sentence after conduct.
Mm-hmm.
The first sentence where you are, but after conduct an impact. Where your cursor is, just put the AN and then we define. Are you frozen, Julius? I'm saying where your cursor is, just put AN. It looks like your cursor is frozen. I'm not sure. 9.3. Okay, let's continue to 9.4. The NSG should create more awareness campaigns on the Nukela program for middle management services in order to attract young people. Hello? Yeah, you have done it, Julius. It's fine. Yeah, 9.4, the NSG should create more awareness campaigns. I think Julius has been kicked out, I'm not sure.
Thank
Okay.
you. What's going on?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Yes.
9.4.
9.4 is there. Yeah, the L
Sorry,
is
sorry, Mr. Biela.
Yes, ma'am.
I only see, there's a hand of Honorable Gondwe.
Chair?
Yes.
Yes, I was going to say that the DA reserves its rights in terms of adopting the report.
No, but you can't reserve your rights while Mr. Biela is still presenting.
Okay, my apologies, Chair. Thanks.
Yeah. Julius, are we fine now?
Yeah, we are fine. I go to 9.5 inserted and A and to
Yeah,
conduct.
yeah. That's fine. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's move.
Yeah. Can I repeat 9.4? The NSG should create more awareness campaigns on the Nugela program for middle management services in order to attract young people employed in both public and private sectors to enroll for the training course, especially when aspiring to consider public service as a career of choice. As a career, yeah. I'm not sure if there's 9.5. Oh yeah, there still is something to continue with. 9.5, the school should continue where possible to offer most of its training courses through e-learning platforms as part of modernizing its business and saving costs on the logistics such as venues. 9.6, the school should divide a strategy to attract public servants to enroll for online courses. 9.7, the school should continue with its efforts to approach all data network companies to donate data for NSG courses to be offered on a zero-rated scale. Zero-rated data for training courses will assist the school to attract more public servants to enroll for training and development interventions that will assist government officials to learn, serve, and grow. Then we conclude. The National School of Government continues to roll out courses and training programs relevant to government officials from entry level to senior management. There's a mix up now, Julius.
Okay.
I'm still up.
Yes, okay.
Mm.
Can you see it, or my screen is gone?
Yeah, your screen is on save
The
as.
screen shows a lot of documents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's conclude again. The National School of Government continues to roll out courses and training programs relevant to government officials from entry level to senior management and the executive. Education, training and development programs offered by the school assist public officials to enhance performance and contribute towards a professional, capable and ethical public administration. The NSG should play a leading role and be a leading institution within the ecosystem of public sector education, training and development. Repositioning of the NSG to be a leading role player in terms of education training and development. It's fine, leave it like that, Julius. Requires a sustainable funding model in order to keep it afloat. Yeah. There you go, honorable members. Thank you for the opportunity to present.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Mwepe. Now I'm taking hands who wish to comment, edit to the report. I say the hand of Honorable Nduli.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I think the work that is being done by the School of Governance is much recommendable. And hence the ANC government has developed a very strong tool to fight and overcome the imbalances of the past, which is the DDM. I think, Chairperson, it will be in order to add in the recommendations just this point, if you allow me, Chair. The point reads as follows. The school should develop a course on the DDM as an integrated component, the integrated framework for senior public officials involved in planning. Thank you, Chair. Full stop.
Thank you. I didn't see Mercy writing.
Julius is doing that, Chair, on the other side. I think we just
Okay.
lost.
Julius, did Julius get everything? Because it's not reflecting on the screen, on my screen. I don't know what on yours. Mercy?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Mr. Biela?
Through you, Chair.
Yeah.
I was checking if Julius did get there.
No, can you repeat, Honorable Ntuli? The school should develop a course on the district.
On the DDM as an integrated component, the integrated framework for senior public officials involved.
As an integrated?
Yes, as an integrated component.
Okay.
The integrated framework for senior public officials involved in planning.
I've just lost you. As an integrated component for?
As an, yes, integrated component, the integrated framework, as a, did you get that one?
Yeah, just.
Is it possible to have it on screen, Julius?
It's not on screen.
No, it's not.
Oh, not at all.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was on screen.
Yeah.
Okay. The school should develop a course on the district development model as an integrated component.
Yes.
Something.
Comma.
Okay.
Integrated framework for senior public officials involved in planning.
For senior officials
involved in planning.
Thank you.
Thanks, Honorable Ntuli.
I think, okay, thank you, thank you. There's a hand. Sorry?
Honorable Chair, yeah, just, I don't know, like, immediately after the integrated component, And then the integrated framework for senior, I think there's something missing if I'm not.
The school should develop a course on the district development model as an integrated component for the integrated framework of senior public service officials involved in planning.
Then that comma then for the integrated framework for senior, okay.
I think it's before senior, I think it's for the integrated framework of senior public service officials. Involved in planning.
Yeah, no, I think it's now flowing because I was just worried.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. I've seen hands. I will start with Honorable Gondwe and then Honorable Jenan Notnachal.
Chair, I just wanted to ask that you note that we reserve our position in terms of the adoption of the report. Chair, I was not being naughty earlier. I'm rushing to catch a flight, so I'll also excuse myself from the meeting. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Your reservations is noted, Honorable Gondwe. Honorable Janan.
Thank you, Chair. I would just like, if they can just go to recommendation 9.6. I just want to see on the screen. The sentence does not read right to me. The school should, and it's then saying to devise a strategy.
Should devise a strategy, sorry.
Yeah. Yes,
Sure.
that looks better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Notnachal. I'm then also taking hands, honorable members, to move for the adoption of this report. And I thought Honorable Notnachal will also do that.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I move for the adoption of the report. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Gibby.
Thank you, Chair. I second the proposal by Honorable Notnachal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members and colleagues in the platform. All the 5 reports have been duly adopted with the reservations of the DA. However, we are then taking this report for debates in Parliament. And I think now we're in the last item, Masi, if I'm correct, is adjournment. Thank you very much to all of you, especially and most importantly, the team of this portfolio committee. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for always available to guide this portfolio committee from time to time. And I think now, honorable members and colleagues, we are at the end of this meeting. And thank you very much to all of you, honorable members and the team. The meeting now is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you.